hello, and welcome back, everybody. That's right. Again, we are just tearing through this Dragon Ball stuff. Like this I don't know how much I'm going to separate it, but it has been basically one after the other for us.
Oh, yeah. This shit's getting good.
So this episode, we're talking about the Fortuneteller Baba arc, which is one of my favorites. I will say that everything after this is objectively better narratively and storytelling, but I just like this premise.
There was a lot of really good character moments, so I could definitely agree with that.
Yeah, we find out that Roshi has a big sister.
Yeah.
Who's a very tiny little witch.
A shrewd businesswoman.
Then we get to see like Goku on his own, just fucking globetrotting, being a fucking do-gooder. Like basically a do-gooder, like an RPG character is a do-gooder, where, you know, in Skyrim, are you really saving people because you care about them? No, it's because you're like, fuck it, this will make me get levels.
Yeah.
So, you know, but hey, in the end of the day, good still prevailed, so it's fine.
Goku gets what he wants, training.
Yeah, and everybody else gets, you know, not death, which is great.
Yeah.
Well, except for those two guys. They fucking die. No, actually, no, they didn't.
No, they made it.
They made it. They let them out eventually. They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so we start off, and the last Dragon Ball is hidden somewhere. Either something swallowed it, or it's being, like, covered up somehow.
Yamcha's dissing the radar, just saying, maybe this radar is just a piece of junk when Bulma is sitting right there.
Yeah, I'm like, did you forget that Bulma's the one who made it? Well, I mean, like, at least you think Bulma's the one who made it? I'm pretty sure that's the one that was made by Psychic Floaty Baby. Like, but still, she designed it, so that's really not looking good for you, Yamcha. Do you want some ass or not?
Are you trying to win Bulma back?
Yeah.
This is not a good way of doing it.
Like, do you want that cake or not? All right? Because let's be honest here. Even with her short temper, Bulma's a fucking catch. All right? Pretty attractive. Like, smart as hell. Rich as fuck.
He want that cake.
She wants that cake. Like, yeah, no. Like, it's like Gabriel Iglesias says. It's like, oh, man, she's really annoying. But she's got money. You make sacrifices to make it work. Especially when you're a gold-digging whore like Yamcha. Oh, if he's not even accidentally a gold digger by this point, like, you have to work on your definition of gold digger.
Yeah.
Can I still live here, please? Before this, I was living in a desert.
I'm tired of living in a desert and then in the woods.
Yeah. But yeah, so Yamcha and Krillin being like, oh man, Goku's gotten like way fucking stronger than us, and that's bullshit. We're gonna come along with him.
And like another line where Yamcha's like, this'll be good training, and Roshi's just like, you'll need it.
You'll need it, boy.
And like, Yamcha is a scrub confirmed.
You'll fucking need it. Why don't you go and climb Corrin's tower? Because you ain't got the guts. I bet Krillin could do it. Please don't rope me into this, master. No, I'm saying I think you could do it. You've done the milk chase. Getting chased by them T-Rexes. Not to mention you're constantly getting shot by launch. I mean, that's got to be building endurance. Yeah, so they go to a place that he mentions called Fortuneteller Baba's Palace. And when they go there, there's a line. And there's some rich people who get a pearl necklace found out its location. Then they drive away. And then there's...
Oh, and before all this, Goku decides to go back and pick up Upa.
Yes, that's true. He goes and gets Upa. Because it's like, hey, we almost got the thing. Why not come watch or whatever? And it's like, yay! I'm honestly a very annoying character. All I do is cry or run for like 5 seconds to get anywhere because I'm the size of a fucking peanut. He's shorter than Krillin.
Yeah, that's...
No one should be shorter than Krillin.
Damn.
You'll find out why that's even funnier later.
Oh.
But like, yeah, so they all go to Fortuneteller Baba's place, and they find out that either you pay like, I think it was 10 million zenny.
Yep.
Which if that's yen, like if zenny is equal to yen, like most JRPG currencies are equal to yen, then oh man, what would that mean? That would mean it would be,
oh god, I don't.
$10,000?
Maybe, I think. I don't know how to translate.
Because 100 yen is $1.
Yes. So 100. So
meaning 1,000 yen is $10. And then 10,000 yen would be 100.
I'm trying to do like decimal points in my head and it's not working.
I think it'd be like $10,000.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Either way, it must be some big amount of money, because even Bulma is like, we don't have that. And I'm like, bullshit, you don't. Cough it over, Bulma.
just pull up your dad and be like, yo.
Yo, Dad, can I have a fucking advance in my allowance? Here you go, keep the change. What's why? I'm fucking rich, bitch. But I guess they haven't really established that Bulma's rich. I mean, we know now that her dad is the owner of Capsule Corp, meaning they have to have money because everyone uses that.
Well, I mean, look at the size of her house.
It's true. I mean, look at the size of Fortuneteller Baba's house, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Ox King's palace. What does he do?
Yeah.
He barely even rules. But like, anyway, so they find out that if you can't pay the money, you can fight for Baba's entertainment against her knockoff Universal Monster lineup. And the first one is a vampire with boxing gloves and boxing shorts who does like a weird, almost like, I don't want to be like culturally insensitive, but it sounded like, you know, Hindi music almost. Like with the
yeah, I could see it.
Like it sounded kind of Bollywood. I don't know if maybe Transylvania has similar instrumentation in their traditional stuff. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be Romanian. To me, it read as that, which was like a weird disconnect. I'm like, wait, he's a vampire. Shouldn't he be like from, I don't know, like Middle Europe and not Middle East? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just really bad at parsing out instrumentation geography. He also was doing like really, you know, odd, very rigid dance moves. And I'm just like, I don't remember fighting him in Punch-Out. Because it was very much like a Punch-Out intro.
Yep.
Just do a little dance.
Yeah, Krillin sees all this, is like... Krillin's just like, I got this.
Vampire! But yeah, so like he turns into a bat. And Krillin's like, hey, fucking like fight fair, damn it. Immediately, Krillin gets owned because the vampire, instead of biting his neck or something, literally just sinks teeth into skull.
Yeah.
And he's just like, ow, this is gonna hurt for a bit. And I'm like, you should probably be dead, honestly. Like, it's like, oh, I sucked out your blood. And I'm like, no, you sucked out his brains.
Yeah, seriously. But like, man.
Those fangs went fucking deep.
Krillin just went down so bad. Like, even Yamcha gets a cool moment, or a couple cool moments during this. Krillin just wrecked.
Yeah, at the very least, he's like, I want a rematch. Because he just got blindsided. But I think that was more to the point of, like, continuing to evolve Krillin's nature. Because it, like, shows how, like, overconfident and kind of arrogant he can be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And that's not very becoming of a martial artist. You know, because like a martial artist, it's not just about fighting. It's about like using martial art techniques to like get in tune with your body, your mind, your soul, and you know, kind of just like understanding yourself and the world around you and the universe. So like you're supposed to be calm and you know like not really looking for a fight. Like you can enjoy fighting, that's fine, but don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
You know, don't just be like, oh, you look like nothing. You know? Yeah, so he gets fucking taken out.
Ripped. While they're trying to figure out what to do, they get a little strange idea.
Yeah, and so Upa and Puar, which are both there, decide they're going to be a tag team against this vampire. And we see Upa eating some stuff.
I before that, I was laughing. Baba was just like, man, I gotta put an age limit on this.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of children.
And, but like he's eaten something. I don't know where they got it, but it turns out to be garlic. And so Upa just keeps breathing on the vampire to fucking freak him out and hurt him. And then Puar actually is the one who does the physical damage by turning into a fucking giant ass hand and swatting him.
Oh my, the
fucking...
hand looked so funny.
Yeah, just swatting him into the lake.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, you'd think Puar's powers would come up more.
Yeah, they're
like
very...
they almost never use Puar so far, and it's just like Puar has an incredibly useful power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that. At the very least, he can be a fucking, you know, like door open pry or something. Like if they're in a tomb, like searching for a Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like Puar should always be on the team.
Swiss Army knife.
He is the utility tool. He's the multi-tool. He's the handyman. So they take out the vampire. And the next, Yamcha goes up against the opponent. He's like, alright, where's my opponent? Hello, I'm Yamcha.
And Baba ruins the surprise immediately.
It's like, he's already here. What do you mean? He's invisible. Oh. I feel like it would have been like way more menacing if you didn't give that away. Ow, my face. Ow, my face. It was punched invisibly. And that just keeps going on. Yamcha does turn it around a little bit by like closing his eyes and just trying to hear where he's coming from and fighting that way, which is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
But then Krillin is like, wait, I've got an idea. Yo, Goku, go get Roshi and Bulma specifically. And Goku's like, wait, why? And Krillin's just like, just do it. And it's like, okay. And then he goes, gets them, comes back, all in the span of like, you know, Yamcha still being able to stand and stuff. So clearly it hasn't been that long. The fucking Nimbus cloud is fast as shit. And Krillin almost immediately just fucking pulls Bulma's shirt up.
Oh my god.
And makes Roshi bleed. His nose blood then spills out onto the dude and is so much blood that it completely covers the Invisible Man. So Roshi should be passed the fuck out.
Two people should be like down for the count by now, if not dead.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure Bulma just beats the shit out of Krillin.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't believe they used his fucking perviness as a weapon. Like, in fucking incredible.
Which I do love that moment. It's very funny. Turning a joke, like, because it's kind of like how it's like, Krillin, why are you having so much trouble against the stinky guy? You don't have a nose.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, right. It's that kind of moment.
Just self-aware humor.
Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, oh, shit, that's right. Or like, I think at one point in the manga, Toriyama calls himself out for repeating panels. It's just like, wait a minute, those are just repeats of earlier in the manga. And it just has his like little illustrated self being like, you don't have to pay me for those panels.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that's pretty funny. Still do though. He had to redraw them. At least I think he would have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, you know, usually they hand draw that stuff, then they scan it, and, you know, then mass produce it. Although now, of course, you know, they have digital pads and stuff like that, like drawing pads, stuff like that. But I don't think Toriyama would have had that, because that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So he would have still had to have been drawing it completely, probably with, like, fountain pens and stuff. So, no, he should have been paid for that. Even if it's redrawn art, that's still art. Still time working on the manga. He just didn't have to come up with new poses. But yeah, so Yamcha beats the Invisible Man, and then they go to a place called the Devil's Toilet.
I'm just like...
Which, like, yes, it's a really weird room and, like, all this stuff. But, like, outside of its weirdness, outside of its, like, grotesqueness and just, like, toilet humorness, I'm just like, why would Baba want this in her house?
Yeah, real. Also, like, why would she...
Like, they make a point to say that it smells terrible. Why would you want that anywhere near your house?
And there's a room, because Baba tries to distract Goku at one point by inviting him to a different room with a bunch of food. And there's a fucking booby trap of, like, bricks that, like, almost falls down on him.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why is all this in your house?
Yeah, like, I get that you're a fucking weirdo prankster, bitch. But, like, that's like choosing to build your dream home, like, literally in the next lot over from the world's worst dumping site. Like, why would you do that, you moron? Especially when your house is over a lake. Are you polluting that lake? That sucks.
Oh, no. And, I mean, it looks pristine, but...
Yeah. Also, the lake is shaped like her little ghost helper, who's literally named Ghost Usher.
Oh, yeah. Ghost has the weirdest laugh. I love Ghost.
Kind of sounds like Homo. You'll be helped soon.
At one point,
anytime like they're asked a question that's at all reasonable, all the answer the Ghost Usher gives is, it's like, that's not an answer. That's not an answer.
No. But yeah, the Devil's Toilet even has like a stone like toilet paper holder. I'm just like, what?
Like right under the audience viewing section. But yeah, so is this the mummy next? Yeah, it's the mummy.
Rise again and be restored once more.
Yeah, it just says that a bunch of times. And the mummy shows up, and just this dude is just a glutton for punishment, is just a tanky motherfucking mummy. And like Yamcha just gets his ass handed to him. He puts up a good fight. Mm-hmm. He does put up a good fight, but he gets his ass handed to him and almost falls into this goop that's like Baba pulls out a T-bone steak and drops it in and just completely disintegrates. So that would have been the end of Yamcha, but luckily Goku has his power pole and saves Yamcha at the last minute, pulls him back up.
Like, why would the fuck would Baba do that? That's...
Because to her, it doesn't fucking matter. She goes to Otherworld all the time. This is the same fucking place to her. It's a day trip. You know? Like, it doesn't matter. She's been to Otherworld. She's like, they'll be fine. They'll be fine unless they were a dickhead. Then they'll be in hell, and I don't care. Fuck it. So, yeah. The... Goku then, even though he has his power pole, I don't know if Baba told him not to use it. I forget if Baba told him not to use it or he just didn't. But he goes into that fight without the power pole, which would come to bite him in the ass in a second. But like, you know, the mummy then like, you know, is like, oh man, this kid's like actually keeping up with me and like, you know, able to punch me and stuff like this. All right, I'll wrap him in the mummy wraps. And Roshi's like, mummy wrapping bandages are harder than steel. And I'm like,
really?
No, they're not.
Roshi.
They're cloth. They're ancient ass cloth.
Oh my god. Was this the part where you had to stop and be like, wait, is this the episode when Goku had...
Yeah, the stance.
The stance.
Where both Yamcha and Roshi are like, oh man, Goku's stance. It's like, it's completely, you know, there's no openings. All of it's guarded. All of his body's guarded at once. Meanwhile, he's just standing there in like A pose. As in like, you know, T pose, A pose. He's just standing there, you know, feet shoulder apart, his hands slightly bent, and his fist clenched. That's it. That's the master pose, apparently. Like, yeah, he's standing ready and at attention. He's ready for the fight.
Yeah.
perfectly guarded? I wouldn't say so.
We thought that this was maybe just like something lost in translation.
Maybe, or like, I don't know, but I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that that's like an actual panel from the fucking manga, you know, because like it's so deliberately drawn.
Maybe a joke that fell flat.
I don't know, or maybe it's just something that like doesn't really, like, maybe it is a real pose, and maybe there is something to it, but just like it doesn't really translate to the layman who knows nothing about martial arts. Because to me, it didn't really look all of that different to standing normally, you know. Just looked less relaxed. But like if they had been talking about like, oh man, he seems so focused, or you know, he seems ready for this battle, it'd make more sense to me.
Yeah, but back to the wrapping. Goku's all wrapped up.
He gets all wrapped up, and so it's like, you can't do anything now. Like, I can kill you whenever I want. And so it's like, well, I guess I'll just jump into the pit then. And everybody's like, wait, what?
Goku, what the fuck are you doing?
And he manages to like position himself using his like mouth and his tail and all this stuff to make it so that he stops just short of the like gross ass bile. And apparently it is very hot as well, because it starts to burn the wrapping enough that it becomes loose. He's able to like pull and jump up, break it. And then it's just like the guy is like, well, I'll just wrap you again. It's like, nope, I know about that now. And it's just like,
you lose now.
Yep. And just fucking punches him so hard in the gut that it's like one hit. And he lifts him up with one hand and is like, yo, where do you want this? And then it is time for Devilman.
Say, great. Where do you want me to put your mummy?
Yeah.
Like, go.
Yep. And then Devilman shows up, who's literally just a fucking pale ass guy in a Halloween devil costume.
It kind of reminds, like those weird like bodysuit things that are just like one color.
Yeah. Imagine the imp costume from Animal Crossing New Horizon, if you've seen that.
Yeah.
That is his costume. Complete with the fucking pointy like spade tail. Like that is exactly what you're thinking is true.
It's
except the wings work.
It's kind of lame. Besides the working wings.
Yeah. But apparently he might actually be a demon, because it says like he's lived for a very, very long time and is able to use negative thoughts against people. So he's kind of like a Pennywise sort of guy.
Yeah. Initially, when Goku starts fighting him, he's kind of going down like a bitch.
Yeah. But then he pulls out he's like, fuck it. I'm going to use my negative thoughts kill you technique. And Roshi's like, oh shit, not the negative thoughts kill you technique. And it's like, what's the negative thoughts kill you technique, Master Roshi? Well, it's a thing that weaponizes your negative thoughts, and then it kills you.
Yeah, no shit.
Used it in the ancient past against some monk or whatever, who like was extremely virtuous and couldn't get done in by anybody. But he even still had negative thoughts, and so it fucking killed him. And made his heart go bloom.
Yeah. We get that cliffhanger, and immediately, like, right as the next episode starts, I'm like, and before Goku has no negative energy.
Yeah, which, knowing what I know of the future events of the story of Dragon Ball, bullshit. Bullshit. Like, you already know, due to cultural osmosis, that Goku is an alien.
I do know
and
that.
Things that have to do with him being an alien make that fucking ridiculous.
Because, like, I mean, right now he just looks like a pure-hearted dumb kid.
Yeah, which Goku is very pure-hearted. And eventually we will find out why. And it's kind of weird and fucked up by modern medical standards. But there is a reason why he is so good. And but yeah, just the fact that he is a Saiyan, that he is a Saiyan, and that again, I feel like just from cultural osmosis and stuff, you've seen images and gifs of Vegeta.
Yeah.
So, like,
I know.
And Vegeta is more of a typical Saiyan. Saiyans are bastards. So the fact that Goku is from a race of mostly bastards, not necessarily like bastard as in fatherless children, although yes.
Also yes
now, but just like absolute dickheads. There is, in his subconscious, there's gotta be some fucking rage. But yeah, so that doesn't fucking work. And Devilman pulls out a fucking, like, trident spear, like, devil pitchfork. And I'm like, alright, so, Goku, why did you leave your power pole behind? Because clearly weapons are allowed. Clearly weapons are okay. He's using one.
This no outside help rule has been very loosey-goosey.
Yeah. I mean, he literally used it outside to help Yamcha not go splat.
Yeah.
So... so at the very least, couldn't Yamcha repay the favor by like, Goku, here, catch, and just gives him the power pole?
Yeah, seriously.
But I don't know, because like Goku even calls it out. It's like, that's not fair. I don't have a weapon. I'm like, yes you do. You just used it. You just used it, you fucking ripoff of Sun Wukong from Journey to the West, which you also got the power pole from. Fucking just... Power pole extend, smack, smack, smack.
Win.
But yeah, so eventually he does beat Devilman. I forget what he does to actually win.
Let's see. Yeah. I don't even remember. I just wrote Devilman tried to give Goku a decent fight, but it's Goku.
Yeah. It's a pretty decent fight. There's a little bit of back and forth.
I still think the Mummy was the harder opponent.
He punches Devilman into the wall, doesn't he? Like into the ceiling, and then it's like, "Hey, Baba, sorry about your ceiling."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that now.
And then there's a dude who just has a fucking bunny mask on, and it's just like, I'm your next opponent. And I'm like, oh shit, the return of Master Carrot. He's back from the moon.
Oh no.
He's gonna touch you and turn you into a carrot.
I almost forgot that was a thing.
Well, it was a filler episode, so you'd be forgiven.
Yeah. The moon.
Yep. By your age, Goku had toppled an army, killed the kingdom, and sent a rabbit to the moon.
And like,
did you make up that last one?
Oh, and I have to point out that just because this will be funny later, I'm like, why does this mustache look like Master Roshi?
Yeah, so it's a dude in like just clothing and a bunny mask. But he's also got a halo on his head that Kat didn't notice until like right when he was about to be revealed as to who he was.
He literally had to basically stop the episode and be like, Kat.
Yeah.
He basically bonked the connection right onto my head.
Mm-hmm. Because like the whole time, like the show is pointing out, oh man, this guy seems to know Goku. And Roshi seems to kind of understand who this guy is, but he's not quite there yet. And even Goku is kind of like, man, this guy seems familiar. And Kat's just going like, this is driving me nuts. Who could this be? Is it Roshi again? Like, what? Like, because we already know that Roshi was Jackie Chun, and we know that him and Baba are sisters. So, like, is this like, is somebody being a body double for Roshi, and that's Roshi? And like
some of my notes are like, for fuck's sake, how can he Kamehameha? It's fucking Roshi, but also how?
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, remember, Goku and Krillin aren't Roshi's only pupils that we know about. Who else has trained under him? And Kat just goes, Durr.
Look. I wasn't thinking of dead characters.
You weren't thinking of any characters, because I also had to remind you of the Ox King.
Yeah.
Which, why can't the Ox King use the Kamehameha?
Yeah, that's true.
Was he just not good at it? Like, did he quit at some point? But like, I'm like, well, the Ox King trained under him, and someone else trained with the Ox King. ... And finally, you're just like, I can't think of anyone, because I know it can't be Goku's grandpa. He's dead. So it can't be him. And I just paused the episode and I'm like, hey, what's that above that guy's head?
And I look.
And you look and you're just like,
oh,
it's a halo. Yeah. And who have halos?
Dead.
Aside from angels.
Dead people.
Very good. Now use your brain on this one, Kat. If it's a dead guy and knows the Kamehameha, knows about Goku, and seems to know Roshi, who the fuck could it be?
It's his grandpa.
Yay! I unpaused the episode and it's like, that man is Gohan! I'm like, yay!
Not my finest moment. I can admit that.
What's even better is that the use your brain on this one is a Dragon Ball Z abridged quote.
But yeah, oh my god. Back to, but Gohan is just going fucking ham on Goku's tail.
Yeah, just bonk, 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 rips the fucking thing off.
And I'm just I'm like, what?
Yeah. And finally Goku catches on. I forget what finally triggers it for him. Oh, that's right. I think Gohan goes, well, this just goes to show, you should have taken what I told you back then to heart. Always guard your weaknesses. And Goku's like, what? That you told me back then? But that would mean you're my and it's like, oh, finally I can take off this mask. How's it going, kiddo?
When this moment was
Grandpa!
This moment was so sweet. I'm like, oh.
It's like, Grandpa!
He's just a tiny boy that misses his grandpa.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, I'd actually forgotten about something in this part because I'd always wondered, why the fuck didn't Goku ever wish his grandpa back?
Yeah.
Like, especially because now you and I know Goku turns into the Great Ape form, also known as an Ozaru later on, and Goku says that he knows that his grandpa was killed by a giant Great Ape monster that only comes out in the full moon. Goku killed his grandpa. So you would think at some point, once Goku finally figures out, about, oh shit, this is something that I did. Like, at some point, if he ever did, he'd be like, I need to make this up to him. I'm gonna wish him back on the Dragon Balls. However, I had forgotten that Gohan, like, Upa brings up, how can I ask Goku to bring back my dad when he's lost someone too that he probably once brought back? And Gohan's like, nah, I'm good. I've got so many fucking angel skanks up there. Oh boy!
And Roshi's like, you lucky son of a bitch.
Like, oh, you old dog, you. And I also love how it's just like Gohan just goes, hey, does Goku still turn into that giant monster under the full moon? And like fucking Roshi is just like, nah, I blew it up. Blew up the giant ape? No, the moon. How are you all not dead? I don't know.
Gohan took being crushed by the giant ape pretty well.
He's fucking zen, dude. He's chill.
He's a good, chill dude. Good dude.
He's gonna hold that against his grandson who he knows has no control over that? Nah.
No. Yeah.
Nah, he's chill. He's like, he didn't mean it. He's a good boy. I'm sure he's taking it way harder than I am. Grandpa, no! See, told you.
But after all this sweetness, we also learned that Gohan can't stick around.
Nope.
It's a 1-day pass.
Yep.
From Otherworld.
Yeah, which I'm like, oh. Huh. I forgot they set that up that early. All right, cool. Because that is something that might come back later. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, the 1-day pass thing might come back a little bit later. But yeah, so Gohan was like, well, it was good to see you and finally get to say goodbye, grandson. When that tail grows back, fucking guard it with your life, because that shit will fuck you up. Maybe wrap it around your waist like a belt or something. That'd look pretty sweet, honestly. Honestly, if someone were to be drawing this as a manga, keep that idea in mind. It could be cool. For, say, like a villain. Anyway, peace out! Peace out, bitches!
And like that, they won their 5 matches.
Yep. And so it's like, yo, Baba, where the Dragon Ball? And it's like, it's here. And it's in a car.
And they're like, wait, what? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and we zoom in to the car to see that Pilaf, Mai, and Shu have been looking for the Dragon Balls too, realized that it was Goku, saw the fight with Grandpa Gohan, learning about Goku's tail weakness, and are now on their way to go fucking hand Goku's ass to him with that weakness and take the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Goku, no longer having a tail and thus not having that weakness, just shows up, now knowing where the Dragon Ball is like, yo, can I have that? Wait a minute. I know you guys. You're dickheads. Hey, fuck you, kid.
Oh my god.
And then they have a fucking, all these 3 robot suits. They get into those. They start fighting Goku.
Get a little Voltron in there.
Get a little Voltron with them combining. they like burn off his clothes, try to, like pull out his tail and stuff, but it's not there anymore. And Goku then just hands them their asses. Yeah. And then steals Shu's clothes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm naked now. And I'm like, Shu, you're a dog. What do you care? You care. You've got fur to cover it up, I'm sure.
You'll be fine.
But like, so yeah, which is something that, like, honestly, Shu's color scheme and outfit looks real good on Goku.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, purple was his original color. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. So like, he's now for the remainder of this arc in Shu's outfit.
Again, I love the continuity of these episodes because the clothes stay wrecked from episode to episode, and when I feel like almost like any other show would immediately revert back to the default outfit.
Yeah.
But no, Goku just keeps it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice.
And so like he now has all 7 Dragon Balls. He goes to Upa and is like, yo, let's go back to Korin's tower and fucking get your dad back. And it's like, okay. And then that scene goes on for like a real long time.
Yeah. One little thing I liked was at one point they were at an area where the leaves were really fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I kind of miss the weird landscapes from like the earlier episodes. This was the closest we've gotten to a strange landscape in a good long while.
Yeah. But like that's kind of my only real problem with this arc, is that anytime Upa's involved, it like just drags the pacing to a near halt. Just because it's like, oh, we need to explain things to Upa. Oh, we need to make, we need to coddle Upa. He's just a little tiny peanut boy. And oh man, it takes him like fucking 5 years to run anywhere because of his stubby little legs. And then it takes him like an eternity to get any dialogue out because he's just fucking crying all the time. He is the worst, and I hate him. Also, but there is something funny where when Krillin first sees Upa, thinks that he's a girl, and like Goku's like, "Wow, I thought I had trouble with like identifying people's genders."
And Krillin's just like,
in before the 2020s or the late 2010s, when we get like way more progressive about that. And then, honestly, it'd be, like, actually way easier for me because all I'd have to do is check people's Twitter bios. Oh, he, him. Cool. Nice to meet you, sir.
Man, Goku really would benefit from that.
or very, very, very badly go down a spiral.
Oh.
Chi-Chi, why is everyone hating me on this thing? But yeah, so... He gets, Upa's dad back to life, leaves, and then it's like, all right, I'm ready to train again, Master Roshi. Not with me, you ain't. What? Why not? Well, because one, I already said Yamcha could this time, because I might see Bulma titties.
Yeah, literally, the only reason he agreed, because Bulma's like, well, if you do it, I might come and visit more. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I mean... Good on Bulma for using her, weaponizing it, but at the same time, it's still
using her weaponizing it.
Blah, words.
And Then it's like, anyway, you've gone far past what I can teach you. So, just fucking go. The world is your mentor now.
And Goku's like, okay, and gets ready to jump on the Nimbus.
No Cloud.
Wait, what?
No Cloud. You ain't gonna get stronger that way. Fucking move them tiny little legs. It's like, oh. Okay. Just start bolts off.
Everyone's just like, oh man, we're not gonna see Goku for 3 years?
It's like, yeah. Get used to that. This is Dragon Ball, motherfucker. You're going to see that Goku is a very self-centered prick.
Oh.
Going forward in this series. Every time a time skip happens, it's like a new Sonic game. Expect the words long time no see to show up.
My God. This is going to be a common thing?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
It's like how a lot of writers really struggle with writing downtime, right?
Yeah.
Like how in between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, like maybe 3 major events happened in 40 years. And then like as soon as the movie starts, just everything's happening at once. Just because like, like a movie usually has like 5 or 6 things that happen. So in between movies, like if that was a movie, it'd be 5 or 10 things. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is like a period of 30 years. So that should be like 10 movies. It's like, we'll make books to fill it out later. But yeah, so like that's kind of a thing that a lot of writers kind of get trapped in, where it's just like writing what happens in downtime. Mm-hmm. A good way to picture it is like if a DM is like, all right, now you've got, a week of downtime before, your caravan shows up and you can continue the quest. What do you guys do? And like almost all of the players are just like, Meanwhile, I expected this and I'm like, well, I'm going to go start drawing in the park and asking for commission because I have artist profession. See, I have the artisan tools on my character sheet. And then the DM goes, oh my God, you remember you have those. I'm like, fuck, yes, I do. But yeah, so then the next, I think it was like
4 episodes.
4 episodes are just mostly one-off stories where it's just like time is progressing. Goku is just running the fuck around, solving people's problem as training.
Mostly taking food as payment.
Yep. But like he just is saving villages from varying problems, getting a reputation for being a do-gooder in those areas.
You know what? We just completely skipped over the fact that Upa's dad came back to life.
No, I said it.
Oh, I thought we...
Yeah, no, I said it.
Okay.
I said he gets Upa's dad back to life, and that was it.
Okay.
Because that's as much as it matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As soon as he's back, Goku's like, "Howdy." It's like, I'm gonna become strong too.
Hey, he got his 4-star ball immediately.
Yeah, that is a cool scene where he just fucking jumps up and catches it.
Like, nope, I'm not doing that again.
Just like, oh, that could have been a home run. But then the catch, like mid-baseman jumped 40 feet and caught the ball. I don't know baseball. Mid-baseman. That's the new term.
You mean shortstop?
Mid-baseman.
Second base?
Mid-baseman. Left diamond man.
Shortstop.
Left diamond man.
Or third base?
Middle of field near hot dogs. Yeah.
I feel like see, my brain is going to shortstop, but you're probably just imagining some different shit.
No, I'm imagining outfielder, actually.
Really?
Halfway through, I remembered what word I was trying to make.
Okay, because I was going to say, because you said middle, and that's...
like middle of the whole field.
Okay,
But anyway, baseball is boring and no one cares about it.
Fuck you.
So, back to this anime from Japan where everybody loves it. To the point where it might show up later in this anime.
What?
But only to a character that doesn't matter. But yeah, so Goku like saves a village from 2 thugs who have another Journey to the West reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that gourd. Mm-hmm. Like, because the most I know about Journey to the West is from the overly sarcastic production summary, which is still ongoing because it's a fucking long as shit book, which is why I have not read it. My attention span only goes so far, especially because it's a very old book. It's written in very old ways, I'm assuming. There might be modernized versions, but I haven't looked into it because, again, I get bored easily.
Scott's not a reader.
I am a reader when it grabs me immediately. Just so happens that the last time something grabbed me immediately was the Percy Jackson books. And then the sequel series didn't, because I didn't give a shit about Jason.
Oof.
Sorry, Rick. Sorry, Rick Riordan. I didn't care about Jason. Mostly because I had just gotten off of Percy Jackson, found out there was a sequel series, and I'm like, this isn't Percy. Why do I give a shit? It's not even Nico. Why do I care? Where's Annabeth? Where's Grover? Who the fuck are these 3 assholes on a bus? I think I got about halfway into that book, and then I put it down for a bit because of other shit happening in my life. Completely forgot anything. Realized I would have to reread the whole book to start that series again, and just decided nope.
Oof.
I still have that book. It's over there. Lost Hero.
Oh, okay.
But
I have to finish the Percy Jackson books.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the gourd thing. I'm pretty sure is a reference to a scene in Journey to the West where Sun Wukong is in heaven. Because that just happens, like in the first part of the book. He gets so fucking strong that he's like, make me a god. And everybody's like, what? No. And it's like, make me a god, or I'll start bonking people. It's like, fine, here's a bullshit title. It's like, yay! What do I do with this title? I don't know, fucking man the peach groves or whatever. Oh, that's really boring. But anyway, some shenanigans happen, and he eventually, like, essentially becomes, like, immortal 5 ways to Sunday, which, you know, makes him essentially OP as Goku. And then they're like, fuck it, let's put him in this thing that'll eventually condense him down into a liquid potion thingy, and kill him. But it doesn't work. He just comes out more immortal and now has red eyes.
Oh.
But yeah, in this one, the reason that Goku has survived is because of the power pool. So he just kind of was like, well, damn it. And he just kind of like just waits it out until they open it, thinking that he's dissolved. Which, by the way, those guys are technically cannibals.
Yeah.
Like that thing condenses people down into that potion, then they drink the potion. Those people are technically cannibals.
These guys didn't deserve any They did not deserve any mercy.
No, they should have been fucking reduced. And then break the bottle. Spilling their potion everywhere onto the ground, and then it grows trees.
Yeah, what a bunch of dickheads.
Trees with their screaming faces in the wood. But no, of course not. She's like, oh, we'll make you endearing, you little cannibals. You work the fields. And then there's a thing where he shows up, and it's like, yo, we have a demon problem. And Goku's like, do I look like Simon Belmont to you? And it's like, we'll give you food. Okay. So he goes to Demon Land, which is not hell. It's just Demon Land.
Demon Land.
And so he goes there, and it's like, oh, if you defeat this one guy, we'll be able to take this sword out from in front of a door, and the door will close again. Therefore, you know, making it so that we're not constantly harassed by demons anymore. And he's like, cool, got it. And just beats the ever-loving crap out of the demon guy. Rescues a princess that was in there. Gets them out. Pulls the sword up. And it's like, all right, cool. Here's the sword. Bye.
This was my favorite of the filler episodes.
It's a good one.
There was a lot of fun lines in here. Like, God, I'm trying to remember. Oh, the queen only getting or Goku, like this line from Goku. What's a permission?
Yeah. What's a permission?
You must be brave or stupid. No, I'm Goku.
So both then. At least that's what I would have improv'd if I was voicing Shula the demon. I've been like, so both then.
You got the two demons that are just like, we just feel like wrecking shit, so we're just gonna let Goku do what he wants.
Rah, wreck the place. Then you have my favorite of these little interstitial episodes, which is Ina Shinkacho, because it introduces Tien and Chaozu.
Okay.
Who Tien and Chaozu, as you saw from them on the boat in the last episode of this arc, are showing up again.
Yeah.
And we also know because of Ina Shinkacho that they have some kind of connection to a person that Roshi knew, who has a rival martial arts way,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas he's the turtle hermit, this other guy is the crane hermit, and you can even tell because he has a hat that looks like a crane. So that is setting up future stuff, so I like that one. And also it's funny to see Tien like that, knowing where he goes later as him just like a fucking little asshole. And then we have, the Ina Shinkacho one is just they're basically just ripping off villages, pretending that Ina Shinkacho is going wild, and then these guys show up and take care of him, supposedly kill him, and then Goku is like, "What? No, they're tricking you. See, look, he's alive." And it's like, "Oh, well, he might be alive, but actually this boy is the one who's allied with him." It's like, "What? No, I'm not. Get your guns!" Oh shit!
God, these villagers made me so mad.
Yeah, get your guns. It's like, wait, what? What? I'm not the one asking for money. He makes a valid point, but shotgun. Woo! But eventually, a village that Goku helped earlier is just like, no, he's the good one.
Oh, I guess we listen now.
Yeah, and then Ina Shinkacho gets redeemed. Tien and Chaozu go away with their tail between their legs. Neither village gets their money back.
Yeah, it
seems everything worked out all right. Well, except for the fact that we were highway robberied. And then the last one is that Goku needs to get to Papaya Island for the tournament.
Actually, there was an episode we totally skipped over.
What's that?
But the one with what was his name? Shit. There was that town where there were 2 schools of martial artists.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. With that really shit kid.
Yeah, the really shit kid that poisoned Goku's food to make him have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's right. That one's kind of uneventful though.
Yeah. I just had to point out that we totally skimmed over it, but it didn't really matter, and I didn't really care for that episode anyway.
Supposedly Goku got a new move with the Phantom whatever or something, but
Phantom Star.
Yeah, Phantom Star. I don't know if he ever brings that the fuck back up.
Oof.
So maybe he does. Maybe it'll show back up in the tournament, and I'll be proven wrong. But I don't know. It's a very nothing episode.
Yeah. But the last episode of this arc, we actually had a bit of a debate because Wikipedia showed that episode 82 was the end of Fortuneteller Baba.
Yeah.
Then Goku. Then Scott went to
Hi, it's me, Scott Koo.
Scott went to the Dragon Ball wiki and he's like, wait a minute.
Wiki.
What did I say?
Wiki.
Did I say wiki?
Yeah, you've said wiki the whole time I've known you.
You know what? Yeah.
But I figured now in front of everyone would be the right time to call you on it.
You know what? Fuck you. you know.
I don't think it's necessarily wrong, but it just sounds weird because I don't think anybody calls it Wikipedia.
When I just see, wiki sounds right.
It doesn't have 2 eyes though, so it's not a Wii. It doesn't have 2 E's either. It's not a Wii.
I don't know what happened to me growing up, but apparently phonics or just English language in general. No, the English language did not stick with me very well. Maybe that's why I've always been told throughout my life that I just have a very strange way of talking.
Yeah, but it's just funny because I have heard other people pronounce it as wiki, and I'm just like, I wonder why. The only thing I could possibly think of is that I think there's a Wii game with the same spelling where they pronounce it wiki.
Zack and Wiki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that game.
Yeah. So maybe that's why, because I think it's the same spelling. Mm-hmm. But I believe wiki is based off of Wikipedia.
Which, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's too late for me.
But I do wonder if that's why some people of our age call it a wiki, because subconsciously they see that and they think of the game that they played once called Zack and Wiki.
Well, I thought that was kind of an obscure game, though.
Doesn't mean a lot of people didn't play it.
Yeah.
Just means most people didn't play it. I mean, and everyone I've talked to that has played it said it was good. So.
Yeah, I need to go back and finish it someday. I loved it.
Isn't it like a lot of motion control minigames or something?
It's a puzzle game with motion control, yeah.
Basically almost like a motion control point and click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Sounds
fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, the last episode of Dragon Ball for this arc. And the reason that there was this disparity is because I think the reason that they wanted to end Fortuneteller Baba thing is because Tien gets introduced in that last episode, meaning it's like, oh, well, that would be the start of the Tien arc. But Fortuneteller Baba shows back up again in the next episode, so... And, until the next episode where we're at the tournament, Tien really isn't a major player. We only know him as a 1-bit character right now. Mm-hmm. But I do wonder if Tien is going to become one of your favorite characters.
Really?
I do wonder this.
Because
maybe not in Dragon Ball. Possibly in Dragon Ball with like the last few arcs. But he gets a good amount of character development at a certain point, and then when we go to Z, I wonder who will end up being your favorite character, like by the time of Z.
Okay.
Probably like around the time of the second arc of Z, I'll just be like, all right, so who's your favorite character so far? Because like right now, who's your favorite character?
I mean, Goku's gotten the most screen time. He makes me laugh the most. So honestly, Goku. But I would still put. I enjoy a lot of scenes with Bulma, even though she's a total brat.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not expecting it, but I would love to see more Bulma character development. I don't expect to see it, but
yeah, because it's a bit more unfair for me because I've seen like almost all of Dragon Ball. Like there's a few things where like I only saw the Kai version of this arc, or like I only saw the second version of the dub for this arc or whatever. But I've seen most of Dragon Ball's stuff. There's some movies I didn't see, all that stuff, but most of the main stuff I've seen. So it's not really fair for me to give a favorite character because I know where their stories go.
Yeah.
But right now I'd have to say that first off, my favorite character doesn't exist yet, as far as we know yet. My second favorite character also doesn't exist yet. My third favorite character also doesn't exist yet. But my fourth favorite character is Krillin.
Krillin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krillin hasn't grabbed me yet.
Oh, he will.
I'm excited for that. Otherwise, I've noted this several times. From the second that Yamcha cut his hair, I'm like, I miss long-haired Yamcha. That was a great character.
But yeah, so this last episode, Goku is like it's a day before the tournament, and he saves this like little fox guy from this band of bad guys. But and like the dude immediately like latches onto Goku, starts calling him brother and all this stuff.
And Goku's like, I'm not your brother.
But like many foxes in fiction are stereotyped to be as, he's a trickster archetype thief. A real Nick Wilde. Like a real, I don't know, was Inuyasha like that? He's a fox, right?
I didn't watch enough Inuyasha.
Naruto's a little shit. He's a fox. Like, it's a thing. But yeah, so this little guy is a pickpocket and all this stuff. But eventually, Baba shows up and is just like, I'm onto your shit immediately.
He tries to hightail it out of there.
Yeah, he tries to hightail it. Gets mixed up with that gang again. They frame him for literally fucking robbing a bank and shooting a guy.
Yeah, yikes.
And it's just like, Goku's like, did you do that? No. Well, did you steal his plane tickets? Yeah. And then by the end of the episode, it's like, I'm going to go back to school and become a teacher.
What does being nice to children mean that you'd be a good teacher?
I think look, man, like he learned the lesson of like, give candy to someone to make them feel better. So it's like, oh, you left an impression on him. You could be a teacher.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the arc.
Yeah, really.
That little fox guy is like gonna be a teacher now or something, and Goku's
you know,
just swimming to the fucking island, which is across the world.
The rest of the gang at Kame House are heading out, and Roshi's all excited. He's like, "How do I look, Launch?" And
how do I look, Bulma? And it's like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, I was going for sexy.
Yeah, it's like, you look very distinguished. I was going for sexy. Bulma, you think I'm sexy, right? Why the fuck should I care? You're like 900. Oh!
Launch wasn't gonna come, but then she sneezed.
Yep,
became blonde.
Became better Launch. and was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go to the fucking city with you guys. Hell yeah. and that's it.
Yeah.
Overall, very fun.
A lot of great character moments. It was fun. The little one-offs were a nice little change of pace. Wouldn't want that for the entire series, and I'm glad the entire series isn't like that.
But it's almost kind of like this arc is just like a chance to breathe.
Yeah, especially after dealing with all the Red Ribbon Army bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some really cool fights during Fortuneteller Baba. That was really awesome.
Yeah, and we've been introduced to Tien, who, like, according to that last scene, is going to be a major player in this next arc.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've been saying it like the past 2 arcs, but now shit's gonna get even better. Hell yeah.
He's so excited.
Because I think... Man, is it this one, or is there some stuff after it? Let me take a look real quick. Because I'm trying to see how many sagas we have left. Let's see. Because I know the next one is Tien. It's just called the Tien Saga. And then, okay, yeah, this is the one.
This is the one?
Like, the end of this arc is what starts to set everything into motion to lead to Z.
Okay.
So, like, this arc is the starting point of what will eventually become Dragon Ball Z, which is the thing that took the Dragon Ball franchise to the global phenomenon it still is today. This is now the starting point.
Okay.
Like, this is it.
Oh, man.
This is it.
I don't even know, like, he looks excited, but I feel like he's trying to contain it right now.
Well, just because I don't know if you're ready.
Why? Why do you say that?
I don't know if you're ready because some major, like, I don't even know. I don't know what I can say that won't be like a half spoiler, you know, because I don't want you to start expecting, like, or trying to anticipate things.
You want me to go into this as blind as possible, because I honestly don't know what's coming up.
Yeah. But everybody out there who's seen this show does. And they're probably agreeing with me of like, oh yeah, shit's about to get real. Hell yeah, dude. Look forward to that next time, everybody. Until then, I'm Scott.
I'm Kat.
And we are Out of the Ice. Check out our Twitter at Out of the Ice Pod 1. Check out our individual Twitters, Mutagen Works.
Cat27.
And if you want to check out some other stuff that we've done or rewatch old episodes of the podcast, you can go to our YouTube channel, Kingdom of Geekalon.
Should be linked into the description, so check it out.
And that's it for us this time. See you later, everyone.